Hey y'all, what's up? So, it is finally fall, and of course it's like Halloween season. And I wanted to show you guys what I am doing to create my costume this year. So hubby and I decided on a couple's costume, and we got a little nostalgic when we were looking for options, and we decided, drum roll, to be Doug Funny and Patti Mayonnaise. If you guys don't know anything about Doug, you're probably too young, and that's okay, but also very sad because you missed that part. But it was an important and really cool show in my childhood. And my husband, of course, I mean, we're the same age. But so we decided on them. Creating this costume seemed like it was going to be pretty easy when I was like, oh yeah, I can find a blue sweatshirt and a blue skirt and da-da-da-da. Not that easy. So, I mean, of course, the two most important parts are her skirt and her top. The skirt, super easy. Went to one of those local pop-up Halloween stores, found a blue skirt, fit and flare, boom, got a skirt. But the top was much more difficult. Finding a blue sweatshirt with hot pink polka dots, not so easy. So I decided that if I could find at like a fabric, local fabric craft store, whatever, a plain white sweatshirt, that I could make it into Patti. And so that's what I did. I went to a Joann Fabrics and I found a sweatshirt. And you guys, I'm going to take you on my journey to becoming Patti. So I'm getting ready to go to the store because, let me show you. I bought some dye from the Joann Fabrics while I was there as well. And I've never used dye to dye clothes before. So I was reading carefully the instructions in the store. Here is the blue I'm going to use. Hopefully Kentucky Sky goes pretty well with this outfit. But I was reading the instructions carefully because I'm a reader and I'm a preparation type person, always preparing. And so I was reading the instructions on here. And it literally, it talks about, I have to make sure the dye actually permeates the fabric. So I have to boil the water. But I realized in checking out my kitchen, even though I kind of already knew, I do not have a pot that is big enough. This is probably the largest pot that we have. And my sweatshirt does not fit inside this pot comfortably so that I can like swish it around and make sure it's like fully dyed. And so I'm going to head to the store. We'll see which one I end up. I'm thinking I'm just going to go Kroger and see what happens. But I need to get a large stainless steel pot. And hopefully, because I'm using stainless steel like they suggest, it's not going to stain. It's not going to ruin the pot at all. And I'll still be able to use it afterward. But that's pretty much what's next. And yeah, let's roll. Okay, y'all, so I got my pot. It is, or was, literally the only one on the shelf. I don't know if it was the last one or the first one or whatever, but it was literally the only one on the shelf. So I'm super geeked. It was sitting there waiting for me. That's why I always feel like when there's like one of something left. But anyway, we're gonna go home and we're gonna make a blue sweatshirt. Ah. All right, so here's the glorious pot, my friends, on the stove. And the ultimate test is to see if the shirt fits. Ah. We're ready. Let's do this thing. So what I want to do first is to make sure it is free from anything that is going to stop it from absorbing the dye. And I'm just going to run it through the machine. I'm going to make sure I take off the stickers and the tags and stuff like that from the store. And as I'm letting it wash in the machine, and I'm not going to dry it because it has to be wet when I dye it anyway. So once it's done in the machine, I thought there was another tag, you guys. Once it's done in the machine, oh my gosh, you can't see me. Once it's done in the machine, I can finish the sentence. I will be able to just throw it in the pot. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so while the water is while the shirt's in the wash, I am going to start boiling the water. So the kind that I got is this Rit Dye more. It is for synthetic fabrics because the sweatshirt that I have is like 50% cotton, 50% polyester. I need this to dye it, and I also need to boil the water to dye it. I probably already said that, but just so you know, that's what I'm doing the boiling for. Is because it's a synthetic fabric. It's the polyester, and this is specifically for stuff like that: polyester, nylon, and acrylic fabrics. Bottom, I might just cut out me talking through the directions, but this is the stuff that I'm using. There's some lovely directions on the back. Try and catch those real quick. And then it should be done. There shouldn't be anything super complicated. I did, again, watch a video of a young lady who made a white dress pink. The fact that my fabric is white is going to make it take on the dye easier, of course. I don't have to like transition it from some other color or whatever. I'm not using any bleach, any other chemicals, anything crazy, just this and dish soap, and the water, of course. So hopefully it's a win, guys. Hopefully it's a win, guys. Okay, so there was a little break in between, but we're back at it. I started boiling the water. My shirt is clean and a little damp, so I'll probably get a little more wet before I put it into the dye bath that I'm currently creating. But the water is near boiling, which they ask for. So I'm going to add the dye and a teaspoon of liquid dish detergent. Hey Google, set a timer for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, starting now. I have a Google Hub, I think it's called. I don't know, it's a display thing. So I use that for timing. But I set it for 30 minutes. It says to stir this for 30 minutes. Stir constantly for 30 minutes or until desired color is achieved. This pot, I think the water is coming out of the rivets in the side, and that's what's making all the sizzling. See it dripping? I feel like there's almost too much water in this pot, but I don't know. We'll see what I decide to do in a minute, but I'll leave it be. Gotta keep stirring. Okay, so dye bath is done. I had it in for 30 minutes. I actually brought my pot over to nearer to the sink from the stove because that was terrifying and scary. I didn't do that on camera. But here's the shirt. It doesn't come through as well on the camera. You can't see the blue the same as I do, but it is pretty blue. I'm thinking I might put it back in. I've rinsed it out with cold water, and it's literally like nothing's coming out. It's not, I mean, yeah, no dye is coming out. Like, it's coming out like clear water. And so that's a good sign. This I don't know, it's not losing any color. It's pretty much took on everything that it's been sitting in. What I'm considering doing, because I did buy 2 bottles, is adding the other bottle to this, getting it back to kind of a boil, and then putting it back in for another 30 minutes. They say up to 60, so I guess that would be the other, 30 minutes of a 60-minute dye bath. But we will see how that goes. And I do have my gloves on, but obviously I didn't really need them. The dye didn't get anywhere. But yeah. Okay, so over here I started cutting some circles. I have 2 of them cut out. I wanted to do them rather large and kind of cartoonish. One, because it's supposed to be a cartoon, but also because I don't want to do like a bunch of teeny tiny ones. And then I just wanted like more of a medium size. That kind of is what it looks like on her sweater. So what I did is I actually used this earring as my template to draw out the first one. And then, of course, I used, a pencil to trace a circle out. And then I bought this X-Acto knife when I got my other supplies so that I could easily, get right to where I want to cut the circle out. And then once I pulled it off from the rest of the fabric, there was like a little, and you can see it here too, there's a little like excess kind of fringe on the ends of it. It's not as much with this one because I cleaned it up, but I took the scissors, I went in with the scissors and I just cut off those extra parts on the ends, see, to kind of clean up the circle and make it look a little, give it a little more shape and not just like frayed fabric look. But yeah, I have these 2 so far, so I'm going to continue to make more circles. I'll probably do at least 1 sheet before I start attaching them to the sweatshirt. Right now I'm waiting for my second dye bath to boil a bit before I put the shirt back in. And then I will, continue to do this. It'll probably be like tomorrow, when I get up again in the morning and stuff, that I get back to this, putting the circles on, especially because I'll still need to wash the sweatshirt again to make sure there's no dye, just, staining anything that I wear, staining my skin or my body or whatever. But yeah, so that's kind of the circles. I did get 2 sheets of this, but if I have to take one back, I have not taken off the stickers, but hopefully I can use one and maybe that'll just be enough. But these aren't really expensive anyway. These are just felt sheets. They're actually rather large sheets. They're bigger than, they're a little bigger than, the usual 8x11 size paper. They're actually 12x18. They're candy pink. It looks very kind of girly and cartoon to me. I know it's probably not coming through perfectly on the camera. You can see a little better as I'm closer, but you get the idea. Okay, y'all. So here is the finished product. Maybe I should sit you down so you can actually see it, but I don't know. Here it is. I am supposed to, well, I rinsed it out. It's running clear still. It looks good to me. It does look lighter in the camera than it does in real life, but I am going to have to, what's it say? Fabric will look darker when wet and prior to washing. Rinse with cool water until water begins to run clear. Yep, that's happening. Wash in warm water with mild detergent. Clean up with bleach. Yeah, I'm going to wash this. I'm going to dry it. I'm going to do the spots in the morning. Guys, I'm becoming Patti. Alright, so here's an update. This is taking me days and days, but this is the sweatshirt so far. This is the back of it, and it is a beautiful blue. It keeps changing in this lighting, but it's beautiful blue, and I have started gluing on these beautiful circles. This one is not glued on yet, but it's placed so that I can glue it. The best thing to do with stuff like this is to place it first and make sure it looks good to the eye, and then to actually glue the spots down. Here are my extra spots, and I'm I'm just having at it, you guys. I'm really excited about this, actually. I just had lunch. There's my my juice over there. I did try to do one on the shoulder, so we'll see how that looks when I actually put it on, but there's that. And then also, I still need to do the sleeves. I noticed she has a couple on her sleeves as well, so there's that. I tried to do a little band around the bottom. It's probably not going to look perfect either, but we've got to do the back. It's because of this cinching, you know, it kind of gathers a bit, and so it's kind of hard to put something that doesn't gather on this sort of stretched fabric, but hopefully that'll work better. And then I'll get one around the collar too. That'll be a little smaller, and maybe it'll be easier to fold it over and glue it in on the other side. But I do still have some more felt left. I did cut my strip from this, and yeah, I've probably cut out more than enough circles, but if I do need more, actually I might. I still do have this much felt left, and then if I only cut a strip or two from this, I'll have some of this felt left as well. I think I really did size that out the way I needed to, but yeah, we're getting there. Becoming Patti. So this lighting is awful. Oh my gosh, you guys. But here she is. Oh my gosh, look at she. That's a little better. I don't know. There it is. The collar looks absolutely crazy. Probably need to like reglue it or figure something out about that. But what I realized, and it wasn't until I got to the last cuff, what I realized is that with stretchy fabric, and I feel like I talked a little bit about the stretch to you guys, but with stretchy fabric, you can't just stick it on. It made this one stiff, so now it doesn't stretch like it's supposed to. But this one, when I put it on, I stretched and then I glued, and I stretched and I glued, and so it came out with a little more give. This I did not stretch at all, and so it started pulling away from the felt. So I'm gonna have to go back in and do some re-gluing. I won't put you guys through all that, but you can kind of see this is basically the finished product. I will post. You'll have to follow my Instagram, follow my check me out on Facebook or whatever, and I will show you guys what the finished outfit looks like. I've got a wig. I told you guys I have a skirt. I have shoes. Where'd my shoes go? Oh my gosh, you guys can see I have shoes. Keep looking at her. Look over there, look over there. I have shoes, which are actually like super brand new. I have a pair of pink Converse. No, they're old as all get out. They also have like white polka dots on them, so they're technically not quite canon, but I tried to wash them and they are absolute disaster. So I got these, and they weren't full price. They were on sale too, so that was good. But Converse for the win. And I've also got some slouchy socks, and I have, did I say I have a wig? I have a wig too. I tried to get one that works the best for what I imagine Patti to be, but yeah, so thanks guys for coming along on my journey. I'll probably throw a little picture in at the end or something like that, but just know you are loved, you have purpose, and I'll see you next time the sun shines.